Leather is something that changes over time. It ages and it tells story, it tells narrative. So if I bought a bag 10 years ago and I've had the chance to go to different places with that bag, it literally shows the wear and tear of my 10 years or 15 years of the experience of the duration of owning that piece. It's loaded with story, it's loaded with experience. It's got the coffee stain on it from when I was in Chattanooga, or it's got the dirt on it from when I was in India, or it has the mark on it from when I dropped it in the airport en route to Dallas. It creates this story and this line of history that often something that a plastic item cannot do, a throwaway item does not offer us. My name is Scott Hofert, and I'm the founder of ColsenKeane Leather. I've spent a lot of years traveling. In my 20s and some of my early 30s, I was in about 45 different countries around the world. And so in my travels, I was always interested in what that country or what that continent offered in terms of bags and making my travel much easier. And in that process, I got caught up in the whole idea of trying to find great leather. And as you travel internationally, you can find different kinds of hides or different kinds of quality of leather. And over the years, I would spend a lot of money buying this stuff. That was about 60% of what I wanted. And if I could design it myself, I would do it differently. ColsenKeane Leather is really this idea of taking the things that I live with, my technology, my credit cards, the gadgets in my life, and wrapping them in leather. To me, the container tells just as much history and often is just as valuable as what the container is holding. And that's probably another passion of why leather to me is so interesting, is what I do with that bag and how I mark it up and how it experiences my life is my story, it's my narrative, it's unique to me. And that to me is one of the reasons why leather is such a fun piece, not only to work with, but to make items for. This is not something that's made in a factory. This is not something that's fabricated and it's removed from us. We make this stuff here in North Carolina in our shop. It's touched by our hands. We don't have an assembly line. We'll spend, some of our satchels take us literally all day to make. We'll spend 8-10 hours on a satchel and working that satchel into being this piece that will last you the rest of your life. And so there's a story that is sort of written pre these pieces being made. And there's a story that's happening post you buying this product, and that's you really working with it and growing to love it and having it be your piece, your leather. When you buy something from ColsenKeane, you're buying something that's unique. In our culture, we have this idea, a phrase that we use, keeping up with the Joneses. And so we buy cars that our neighbors have, or we buy homes that we see our friends have. And so we, in essence, are all buying the same thing. We're all owning the same stuff. What we want to create, what we want to share, is that you can have something that, frankly, nobody else has. That every piece we make, every piece we cut is cut by hand. We punch holes in it and then stitch the thread, the really aggressive, strong threads through our hides, and everything is going to be just gently skewed and altered because it's done by hand. You're buying something that is uniquely you, and the longer you have it, and the longer you use it, it will continue to be more and more unique to you.
In his deeds are met with shine.